they check them again inside the spacecraft. As you can see, the closeout crew, our astronaut support person moving around, turned off the camera, and so now we're looking from outside the Orion spacecraft, looking towards, oh no, let's see, get oriented here. Well, there we go. Back inside, we've got the view. But basically what I was saying about Christina Cook is that she will have the role of reading.
CM is ready for closeout, performing video sweep using drag-on camera.
OD.
She will have the role of reading out a pressure reading that tells the team that...
and CDR or NTD?
Go ahead, NTD.
Yeah, we're going to do another cleanup on those suit leak check messages that we got from since we're done with that now.
Integrity copies.
Yeah.
And that's communication.
Go ahead, NTD.
Yeah, we're going to do another cleanup on those suit leak check messages that we got from since we're done with that now.
Integrity copies.
Yeah.
And that's communication going between Orion Commander Reed Wiseman and NASA Test Director Jeff Spaulding. But as I was saying, going between Orion Commander Reed Wiseman and NASA Test Director Jeff Spaulding. But as I was saying, Christina Cook will be reading measurements from the counterbalance assist arm. So you're going to hear her be asked by the NASA Test Director to read that. That CBA, counterbalance assist arm, it's mechanically latched by the closeout crew using tools, but there's a hydraulic assist. It's pneumatically opened and closed, rather, with a pressure assist that helps open it up. Not only that hatch, but also the last hatch. There's two hatches there that we'll see that will be closed. But this is in case of an emergency out there at the pad. If the crew, for some reason, needed to exit quickly, then they would exit the spacecraft by pulling that lever, which would open both hatches. Those hatches are heavy. The Orion hatch is hundreds of pounds.
HHD cameras 1 and 2 both set to record.
OTC copies.
And just an update on the launch countdown, continuing to monitor the team's communications here in Firing Room 1. Everything going really smoothly so far. We don't have any significant open constraints to launch at this time, so we continue counting down. And for now, we'll send it back to the host desk with Megan and Nicole.
Thank you so much, Daryl. And so we heard some of the communications over Orion to Earth 1, and it sounds like we are now moving into the hatch prep and closure phase. We will now start to see the closeout crew getting out of Orion soon so that they can start getting ready to, again, close up Orion, close the two hatches, and then get out of the pad.
Yeah, the closeout team will take the hatch seals off, and they'll inspect the seals, make sure everything's ready to go, and then do a few last-minute configurations before they close that hatch. And then, like Daryl talked about, then Christina will have a role in looking at the CBA there. So.
Yeah, you might have heard them say over the loops again that drag-on camera. So basically, it's a camera that they can move around, and you might have seen it in a couple of our shots already. But they will take that camera and literally go and inspect the seal that. There's two seals that go around the entire area of the hatch just to make sure that everything looks good, and that camera feed is being directly shown to NASA teams who need to monitor that.
Yeah, they want to make sure there's not a single hair or piece of dust on those, make sure that there's no damage and everything's ready to go so that the seal, they will do a leak check on this hatch seal as well. Make sure it passes.
Yeah, and we'll know they're doing that because we will actually see one of the closeout crew members with a hand pump, and they will pressurize pressurize, again, just the seals, and they have to see if it will hold pressure for just a minute. And if it does, then they will go ahead to pressurize the entire Orion spacecraft, and then that again is to make sure that the spacecraft is holding the right amount of pressure. And that one's a lot longer. It'll take them like 8 minutes. Like it takes time to pressurize it, then they have to hold pressure, and then it takes time to depressurize it.
Right, and they want to measure the difference in pressures at the beginning and end of that and make sure that it holds the right amount of pressure so that when they get to the vacuum of space, obviously the capsule holds its pressure.
Yep. Okay. Well, again, as we continue to watch operations that are happening at the pad inside of Orion, why don't we go over to Banana Creek? It's one of our viewing locations here at Kennedy Space Center. They will have a spectacular view, and we actually have NASA's Leah Martin there chatting with a big group of people surrounded by a lot of folks on bleachers there.
Hey, Megan, yeah, tons of people out here today, thousands of people gathering at Banana Creek to enjoy NASA's next big mission and humanity's next great leap today. It's a gorgeous day, and I'm joined here actually by some people who are probably the only people on center who are a little bit more excited than me to see this rocket lift off. Where are you from, and why are you here?
So we're from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. We're a group of 7 aerospace senior engineering students traveling here with Josh Dobbs, former quarterback of the University of Tennessee, with his extraordinary Dobbs Foundation.
Now, you were actually telling me a little bit earlier, you're here local, you're from Orlando. What's it like being an aerospace engineer and then having the opportunity to come back here to the Space Coast and see this mission lift off today?
It is absolutely amazing. I feel like the little 9-year-old girl inside me is so excited. Like, I'm from around here. I grew up watching launches in my backyard, and so this seems like such a full circle happy moment for me.
Now, you are an aerospace engineer looking hopefully to join the workforce in the future. How does it feel to be here and see firsthand what that work does?
It's just so cool to see what I've been working for the last 4 years and then 12 years before that just actually be physically happening in front of me. It's something I never dreamed of as a kid.
And I'm actually joined here by the pastronaut himself, Mr. Josh Dobbs. Now, you have a history with NASA as well. You did an externship here. And how did that kind of play into your passion for aerospace and then the foundation that actually provided this opportunity for these students today?
100%. So I spent a month here around the Artemis 1 mission, which was a tremendous opportunity to learn about the space program and also what's next. And so to be back here for Artemis 2 and unfortunately, Artemis 1 went in the middle of the season, so it's surreal to be here for Artemis 2. And with my foundation, like, the goal is to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that I've had and pass them along to the future of the industry and give them the opportunity to see what all their hard work can accumulate into. So it's an honor to be here. We're really appreciative of all the engineers and all the hard work that's gone into this moment, and we're excited to watch history happen today.
Absolutely, and as a group, I think if you guys had one well wish for the team today, what would you say? I think we can all join together and maybe say, go Artemis. Go Artemis.
That was a fun interview, and again, just so neat to see all the people who are here. I mean, still hours before liftoff. Not even hours before liftoff, but hours before a 2-hour launch window. So people just really committed to being here and seeing it in person.
Yeah, you can see the Banana Creek is already buzzing.
Yeah.
There behind Leah. You could hear the chatter in the background. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, you could tell that it's a lot louder than we noticed because we just have very good mics. But, you know, she's obviously yelling over a huge crowd there. So super fun, super exciting. And yes, I hope that we all get to see liftoff here shortly. Okay, so as we know, Victor, Reed, Christina, and Jeremy will have their hands full during their mission. So for some of their test flight objectives, let's go back to Megan Carter at the moon board.
All right, as we have seen from those camera views, their capsule is very compact, obviously. So let me show you a few cool things about this piece. The Orion capsule is going to only be about 16.8